What's good, Wizards fans? It's your host, the real Ed Oliver and Brandon Scott. The Washington Wizards win 2 games in a row, man. Feels weird. Feels good. Let's get to it.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
I just want to thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen every day. We're free and available wherever you guys get podcasts. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets if your best bet of $5 or more wins. Visit FanDuel.com/locked-on to get started. All right, the Washington Wizards win 2 games in a row with Coach Chief Keef. The Wizards win 118-113. We have not seen the Wizards win 2 games in a row in a long time. So, Brandon, what were your thoughts on this win, and what did the Wizards do down the stretch to get this W?
I mean, it's crazy how minor moves can make major progress, right? I mean, if you look at the trade for Marvin Bagley and Isaiah Livers, I mean, rebounding has been a lot better with Bagley, with him and Gafford as that front court tandem. And with the subsequent, I guess they call it promotion of Wes Unseld Jr. to the front office and Brian Keefe being the coach, you see renewed energy, man. This was a really, really good team victory. They played well as a team. Past performances, man, I hate to say this, but, under Wes Unseld Jr., man, you always worry about those leads. Can we hold those leads going into the fourth quarter? Can we fight back? And we were down. I mean, it got to a point where it felt like we couldn't get any closer than 6 points. They had a lead for the most part, but we fought hard, man. And it all starts with the boards, man. The boards. The battle of the boards is where we won this game. We out-rebounded them 53-45, 14 offensive rebounds, which led to 66 points in the paint and 18 second chance points. So I'm going to start with my guy, man. My man, the landlord, Daniel Gafford. This was by far his best performance of the year. I mean, 8 offensive rebounds. He very, very, very active. 16 points, 13 rebounds, 1 block, 2 steals. Very, very active, man. I felt like at times now, Wembanyama is a hard cover. And he still had 22 points, 11 rebounds, but 9 for 19 for shooting. So I feel like at times Gaff really played him well. I mean, he played. So to me, this is his best game by far this year. Looking at the rest of the starting 5. Tyus going against his brother, man. 15 points, 9 assists. Now, 7 for 16. He definitely got those shot attempts up, man. But I definitely like what I see from Tyus Jones, man. 15 points I'll take. But his assist numbers have been money. And, to a potential trade, that is just money for his trade value. So he's been playing really good basketball, setting the team up, finding open shooters. Jordan Poole, 13 points, 6 for 13. So the efficiency was there. Definitely got to work on the turnovers, but I'm not going to dampen the mood. Jordan Poole played a very, very decent game. Denny Avdia, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, very, very active. I mean, if you look at he was very, very, he contributed, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. So he was definitely very, very active. And Kyle Kuzma, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. So again, he was very active. Now his shot just wasn't dropping, 7 for 18. He definitely struggled with the shot, over 4 from 3. But the starting 5 was very active on the defensive and offensive end. Very, very active. Looking at the bench, 2 names to really look at. And before we get to them, Kispert, 19 minutes, 8 points. He had his moments. And Shamet, 10 points, 6 points. 10 minutes, and 6 points. And shooting 2 for 4 from the field. So, underwhelming. But Bagley and Bilal Coulibaly, man. This bench looked good. 15 points by Bagley, 5 for 6 from the field, including 5 for 6 from free throw. I'm just trying to tell you, man, ever since we said something about free throws, he's been working on those free throws, man. So,
right.
Looking at Bilal, those 2 3-point shots, man, ice cold, man. Tonight he had some ice cold water in his veins, man. He took the shot. He looked, the confidence is there. And that's what we've been saying the whole time as far as Bilal and Denny and, these young guys, man, is that confidence is always a a big key with young players. And when the confidence is high for both of those guys, especially Bilal, man, he can play. I mean, the offensive side, he's not starting at zero. Obviously he has to fine tune his offensive side, definitely working some things, but I like what I see from Bilal. So overall, this is a beautiful team victory. I mean, they play as a team. Now I get it. We said this last time against the Pistons. I get it. It is the San Antonio Spurs, but a little bit of get back. I mean, they got that winnable game in DC. They kind of snuck a win on us, man. So we got to get back on the road against the San Antonio Spurs. And, we'll see. 2 in a row. Now the schedule does get a little harder going into February, man. But we'll take this, man. This is a much needed win. 2 straight victories. Yeah, they're against lottery teams, but who cares, man? I mean, we'll take the dubs. So, overall, man, beautiful team victory. It's really refreshing to see how good they are when they play as a team. And tonight they played as a team and they look good. So
100%. I mean, wow, they out rebound a team 2 games in a row, and guess what? They win both games.
Yeah.
The addition of Bagley has been huge. They didn't rebound a lot tonight, but still, just his presence being there. Gafford with a double-double, him just getting turned up, yelling off the offensive rebounding, yelling in people's face. I love it. I love the energy. Kuzma tipped it to him. We even got Jordan Poole getting the steal and playing some defense. So Coach Chief Keef has these guys playing with high energy, man. And Will Dawkins said they just needed a different voice in there. Yes, I get it. It's the Pistons and the Spurs. But the Pistons did just beat the Thunder, a darn good team. And the Pistons are talented too. You got the Spurs who they just lost to last week, and we were down. The Wizards were down by 14 points. We're so used to being up by 14, 15 points with West and losing the game, and they actually were down and made adjustments and came out and found a way to win. Tyus Jones was huge, like you said, finding guys, getting a bunch of assists, just being a floor general out there, man. And that's what we need from a point guard. And he's actually, a guy where we have to trade him. But, if we were a competitive team, I would definitely love to keep Tyus Jones on his roster because he's a legitimate professional. He does the little things the right way. Is he a superstar point guard or explosive? No, he's not. But he gets the job done. He does what he's supposed to do. He gets guys open. And he hits big shots down the stretch, man. Whether he's hitting that floater, hitting the 3, mid-range, like he's a very good player. And I think he's definitely going to help a team. And, we talk about him possibly getting us a first-round pick. I think you could get something similar to that. If not a first-round pick, then you definitely get a good player in a second-round pick. But, I won't talk too much about the trade for him right now. Just enjoy the win. 66 points in the paint. You brought that up too. I mean, we dominated in the paint, especially against Wemby. Wemby had an offensive rebound towards the end of the game, but, I think they should have called offensive foul on Wemby going over Bilal's back like that. Yeah. But they didn't. It is what it is on that. So we made up for that and then made sure we got a couple offensive boards on our end the next play. But Tyus hit a big shot. Jordan Poole hit a big shot to tie it up. We got that steal. Bilal hit a big 3. He made a nice layup as well. So Bilal contributed in different ways. He had a better shooting night. It looks like he plays a lot better when he plays against his former teammate in Wemby. And Quiiiz, you brought up too that he didn't shoot the ball well. He had 8 points in the fourth quarter, so he shot a lot better in the fourth. But even though he didn't shoot the ball well, he went out there and rebounded 18 points, 11 boards, 5 assists. So guys are stepping up. Even if they're not having good shooting nights, they're doing other things. Bagley with 15, Bilal with 13, Corey with 8. He hit 2 threes, so he contributed out there too. So just the adjustments in the field, and Tyus Jones said it in the post-game press conference too, just Brian Keefe trusting in him, just having that feel of the game, So it's a reason why these guys are saying that, and just feeling those adjustments that they're getting already within 3 games from interim head coach, Brian Keefe. So good team win, rebound the ball, scoring in the paint, guys contributing. Jordan Poole starting to show effort on the defensive end here. So we're getting some different things from under Brian Keefe already. So it's good to see, and I'll take the W any way we can.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take the dub, man. I don't care who it's against. I mean, we said the last episode, man, anybody can beat anybody in this league, man. I mean, the Pistons just beat who? The Thunder. So, I mean, anybody can win any given night. I mean, it's a professional league. These are the best basketball players on the planet. So anybody can win any given night. So we'll definitely take back-to-back victories. Like I said, the schedule does get harder, but, like I said, I'm not going to harp on that. This is a really, really good team victory as far as confidence. Just, a lot of guys gonna be confidence. A few things kind of look at, man. Yo, that block on Sohan. I mean, Gaff swatted that thing, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that was awesome.
Oh man, and then that putback dunk he did is just you see a lot of energy. You saw a lot of energy tonight. These guys have a renewed energy, and it's good to see. What's I said, we've already, I hate to beat a dead horse, man, but change was needed, and it shows because the energy is definitely at an all-time high this year with the players, man. Quiiiz, man, you see the leadership. He's definitely talking to guys, and also, I mean, Brian Keefe, not stoic, man. I mean, he definitely is yelling out there. He's directing people. He's running play. I mean, you see just a big difference. So, yeah. Before we move on, man, I mean, I love what I saw tonight. When they play as a team, this is a better to watch team. I mean, they're fun to watch when they play as a team. So, we'll definitely take the victory. But looking forward, they're definitely going to test. We're definitely going to get tested going forward, man.
Yeah, and they didn't turn the ball over at all in the last 4 minutes of the game. Gafford and Bagley, they combined for Gafford. I want to say he had a career high with 8 offensive rebounds, which is huge for Gaff. We give Gaff a hard time sometimes. Everybody does, but he really stepped up. So Gafford and Bagley, they combined for 31 points and 17 boards and 11 for 14 from the field. Bilal had a team best of plus 13. So different guys stepped up tonight. It was a team effort for sure. So we're gonna get to a quick word from Quiiiz. Today's episode is brought to you by Quiiiz. Today we're gonna have some fun and test our team's knowledge here. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. When was the last time the Wizards before last year? When was the last time they won in San Antonio? You guys can put that in the chat real quick. What year? I'll give you guys about 10 seconds here real quick, and I'll go back to see if you guys got that in there. But Quiiiz with 3 eyes is the next generation trivia experience. It's also the world's first platform where you can earn money playing knowledge games. And for Locked On Wizards fans, they've created an NBA quiz game where you can test your knowledge and win real cash. Play with friends or other fans and let your knowledge shine all the way to the bank. You can play without downloading anything. Just go to app Quiiiz.com. It's Quiiiz.com and start playing today. NBA Quiiiz is the ultimate knowledge challenge for fans that live and breathe basketball. Go to app.quiiiz.com to test your knowledge and win cash today. That's Quiiiz with 3 eyes, just like a 3-pointer. Play now, showcase your skills, and take home cash prizes. App.quiiiz.com, where fans become champions. So let me look at the chat here and see if anybody commented the year that the Wizards won before last year. And it was the last time they won in San Antonio before last year. So nobody put the answer in there, but I'll just give it out to you guys because I feel I'm feeling generous after the win tonight. So 1999. So we're gonna party like it's 1999.
Good.
Yeah, good job,
really?
Adrian Wilson.
Whoa. Shouldn't even said that. My Lord.
Good job, Adrian Wilson, 1999. So we're gonna party like it's 1999 tonight for sure. We gotta cherish the win streak, and this is the first 2-game win streak for the Wizards this season as well.
Wow. So yeah, man. I mean, that's a heck of a statistic. So 1999. Oh man. So moving on, man. Reports Quentin Grimes is definitely a target for the Washington Wizards. So we're going to talk about that and look at a trade sending, unfortunately, Daniel Gafford to the Knicks. So we're going to discuss that and then get into comments. So looking at Twitter, there's been reports that multiple teams are interested in Quentin Grimes. Now, we are definitely one of them. And I'm going to pull up the other teams real quick because it's I don't know if you see it, but we are definitely one of those teams. So this came from there's a report that says that Grimes said late Thursday that he's aware of the trade talk, but it doesn't impact his approach to the game. The Hawks, Wizards, and Jazz are among the teams that are interested in Grimes. Now, this comes in the cups of the Wizards or the Knicks rather have an interest in the Washington Wizards center Daniel Gafford. One popular trade has been on Twitter today, was Daniel Gafford being sent to the Knicks for Quentin Grimes, Fournier, and a first-round pick. So How much smoke do you think is to this report of Quentin Grimes being on the Wizards radar? And if that was a trade that was presented to you, would you roll with it?
The first round pick, Evan Fournier, and Quentin Grimes is included as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that I think you have to take it because you get that first round pick back that we traded away that has so many protections on it, so we would get it back from the Knicks. And Fournier, of course, you just take on the contract. There's 2 years left, and then you get a solid player in Quentin Grimes. So that would be a win for the Wizards. If Gaffer plays like this every night, I would hate to see him go. But they do need to accumulate assets and first round picks for sure. But I don't think the Knicks do that. I don't think they give up Grimes, who's a young, really, really good 3-point shooter. Yeah. Fournier, they couldn't care less about Fournier. They've been trying to get rid of him for like the last 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
And that first round pick, I don't think they give it up. But the Knicks are desperate. I'll say that. I'm not going to say that they kind of are because Julius Randle right now, he's out for a couple of weeks with a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
Hartenstein has an Achilles injury. Mitchell Robinson most likely won't be back this season, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but most likely he won't be back. We'll see. Maybe back for the playoffs. So they need a big man. Thibodeau, he runs his players into the ground. He gives their guys a lot of minutes. So Gaffer would be playing probably a little bit more than what he's playing. Gaffer's playing around 30 minutes, so he'd probably get around 35 minutes with the Knicks. They certainly would utilize him. And Thibodeau, I think Thibodeau would definitely expect a lot of toughness out of Gaffer too. So he would have to play every night like he did tonight. So personally, I think the Wizards would take it, but I just don't think the Knicks do. I don't think they include a first Grimes and Evan Fournier. The money would work out because we have the traded player exceptions.
Yeah.
So it definitely could. It is real. It could happen. I don't think it would happen. But I think it's something the Wizards definitely pick up the phone and take that because they would get that first round pick.
Oh, I mean, looking at Grimes and Fournier and a first round pick, you definitely got to take that, man. But Gafford is a curious case, man, because the front court tandem in him and Marvin Bagley, I do like.
And it's a 2024 first round pick, not a 2040 Shugs.
Yeah. But I mean, like I was saying, man, big fan of this front court tandem of Gafford and Bagley. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I mean, if you look at Gafford's contract, it's very team friendly, so I wouldn't be upset. I like Gaff. That's my guy. If he stayed, but if you're able to get a first round pick, you got to make that move, man. I mean, you got to make that move because it's been handed down by ownership that they want picks, presumably to 2025 and later because they're not very high on next year's or this draft coming up. But yeah, you take that move, man. I mean, if you get a first round pick and a young guy, I mean, I'm with you, E. I don't see them giving a young guy out like Grimes, who, man, he's a very intriguing prospect and a first round pick. Now, I think it'll be a young player or a pick. That's a little much because here's the thing, man. Most teams that have been rumored to be interested in Gaff, it's in a backup capacity. Now, if you're looking at the Knicks, obviously he could definitely come right in and start for the Knicks because Hartenstein's injured. Mitch Robinson, the reports been all over the place. Some people saying he's down for the year, some people saying he may come back later in the season. We'll see. But they're definitely trying to make a playoff push. So right now, I could definitely see them moving a young player like Grimes because he's not getting too much love in the rotation, and they're trying to make a push for the playoffs. I mean, because they're trying to make moves, this year and next. They're trying to really turn into a competitive team in New York. So I can see them making that move, but we'll see. I think that definitely would be a big win for the Wizards, but I think there's a little too much for Gaff. I mean, I think they're either going to get a young player and or a pick. And, Fournier, I mean, that's not a bad contract. It's kind of like Bagley's where he's a free agent after next year. So it's not a long-term commitment. So I'll definitely take that on. I mean, we're going to be a rebuilding team anyway, so we'll see. He's a vet, so we could definitely, kind of checks that box. If we get rid of Quiiiz, which is our leader, he have a guy who's a vet in the league. So you still got a veteran in the locker room. So yeah, I would definitely take that trade in a heartbeat. But that's the thing, like you said, man, for a first, yeah. But I've kind of grown with Bagley and Gaff, man. I don't know about you, E, but that front court tandem, man, I mean, they fit. They really do. I mean, the rebounding has been a lot better. Gaff, man, I don't know if he's feeling pressured like he's a competition for the starting job, but he's got some energy, man. I mean, he's out there. He is playing hard, man. So I love what I see from Gaff. Like I said, I wouldn't be too disappointed if he stayed. Like I said, big fan of Gaff. That's my guy. But if you're able to get a first, absolutely. I mean, that's a no-brainer in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, intrigued long term. I am a little bit intrigued. At least the end of this year and next year, I'm intrigued to see what him and Bagley can do as a front court tandem, in my opinion. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, I think Bagley's making him better. Bagley's pushing him. I think Bagley's effort and energy and rebound is contagious. Kuzma's rebounding more. And Gaff, he doesn't want to lose that starting spot. I just see some of the comments saying that Gaff hears the footsteps of Bagley, and he's playing better. And teams are seeing that, So I don't know if we'll get a first for him, but I think a lot of teams are definitely looking for, like, the Knicks. I feel like they definitely want him because they don't have any bigs really at all. And the Rockets, they want a backup for Sengun. And I think he would be a really, really good backup for Sengun. So I hate to see Gaffer leave. I like him as a person. I think he's a darn good player. I really do. I think he's one of the he would be one of the best backup bigs in the league if he played for the Rockets behind Sengun. And then the Knicks, when Mitchell Robinson comes back, he would be a backup to Mitchell Robinson, which I don't think they're kind of even to me. I think Mitchell Robinson is slightly better, if that. Really not much better. So but yeah, I think Gaffer would be really, really good with the Knicks with Jalen Brunson too. I think Brunson would make him better too. But I like him here. I would love for him to stay, but we get it's a business, and the front office, they want to get more first round picks. There's a report that ownership has a mandate for them to get picks.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm 50-50. Like I said, I wouldn't mind him staying here. It's an affordable contract. He's not gonna break the bank. But if you're able to get assets back, because I know right now they need picks, man. They need young guys. So yeah, Gas my guy, man. But if you find an attractable trade, make that move, man. But I think either way we can definitely benefit. So we're gonna get into comments, but before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. So we are right into 2024. So you might want to make some changes, right? Whether it's spiritually, mentally, or even physically. But as far as mentally, definitely figuring out the mental capacity of what's going on, man, is very, very important. And I got really the key for that. That is BetterHelp. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge, which is big. So celebrate the progress you've already made just by considering BetterHelp. So all you got to do is visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnNBA today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNBA. Tonight's episode is also brought to you by FanDuel. Happy Super Bowl to all who celebrate from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because if you're like me, Super Bowl Sunday is all about scoring the best seat on the couch, grabbing your favorite football snacks, and placing some super bets. I'm trying to tell you guys. So definitely comment below who you guys taking, Kansas City or San Francisco. So definitely let us know who you guys are taking for the Super Bowl. But FanDuel has so many ways for you to end the season with a dub, or 2 or 3, right? Not only can you bet on who can win the Super Bowl 58, but FanDuel also has bets for which players can score a touchdown, how many points will be scored, and so much more. So new customers, join today and you'll get $200 in bonus bets if your first bet of $5 or more wins. Just visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn to sign up. That's FanDuel.com/LockedOn. Making every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the National Football League. So we have a lot of comments tonight. We're going to try our best to read some. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be able to get to all of them, man. But let's get into it.
Yeah, one thing. So Ava Wallace asked Kyle Kuzma about head coach Chief Keef. And Kyle Kuzma said that his attention to detail is insane. All the little things matter. He said that they had a practice solely focused on mental discipline. So Coach Chief keeps switching things up and just had a practice focusing on mental discipline. And that's huge, man. That's different. You don't hear a lot of coaches doing that, and I think that's a big part of I think that's a big part of them focusing and locking in and just getting that feel and coming back from being down 14, just having that mental discipline. That's what
Yeah.
you need down the stretch too. And Kuzma needs it too, because a lot of the shots that he takes down the stretch is not a lot of mental discipline. So I think that's huge for him as well. Jordan Poole too. He needs that mental discipline. This is something that they should have done a long time ago. And you can see the guys are a little bit more focused now and more locked in, for sure. So imagine if they would have started doing this. They should have been doing this earlier. So, just getting all the stuff out of their system with Jordan Poole throwing the ball at the backboard. He's more locked in, getting steals. And, Kuzma fighting hard on the board. So I love it from Coach Chief Keef.
I mean, look, there's something to that, man. I don't know all your old heads out there, man. But look, Phil Jackson used to introduce Zen Buddhism to the Chicago Bulls. They were doing yoga. He was very, very into spiritual stuff, man. Clearing the mind, because wherever the mind goes, the body follows. So I definitely can dig that, man. I ain't trying to get deep tonight, but
definitely, man. You already let them know BetterHelp, man. So keep it going.
BetterHelp, man. Look. So, I know. Look at that. Shout out to Shug Biz, man. One. So, hey, Ed hasn't coughed all episode. I'm proud of the young lad.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Right?
It's because of the winning streak. That's why. It's because of the winning streak.
There you go.
Finally got out of my system.
Oh, I know, right? The song says, Chief Keef, look at how our guys try and put an effort with him compared to West. I mean, you see a difference, E. You really do. This renewed energy with these players. They're responding to the coaching change. And we said it. How long was the leash going to be for Wes Unseld Jr.? We both were kind of puzzled when they enacted that fourth-year option. And it just shows that they needed another voice. They desperately needed to change head coach, man. So Brian Keefe, man, he's been good for this team. He really has. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, he has. He has. They have been putting in a lot of effort. I do think the addition of Bagley has certainly help with that.
Yeah.
Oh man, dang it! Almost made it the whole way through. But just having another big man that can rebound the ball and getting the ball in Tyus's hands. Instead of seeing. I love Quiiiz. Quiiiz can take over the games too, but you just need a point guard that can distribute the ball and get guys in the right spots. And I think that was huge from Tyus tonight, for sure. So I think that was a big move by Brian Keefe to get the ball in Tyus's hands and just let him take over.
Yeah, man, Tyus has been playing good basketball, man. I mean, like you said, E, you hit the nail on the head. If he was not going to get traded, and if this was not a rebuilding team, I would love him to be our point guard because he fits the role. I mean, he's that floor general. He's looking to distribute first. I mean, he's got that floater down to a key, man. I mean, every game, man, he's hitting the floater. So, yeah, if we were looking for that point guard to lead a team to the playoffs, I would love him to be our point guard, to be honest with you, man. He's played good basketball. 757 Finance says, I think I'm done with Jordan Poole experiment, but great win. Gafford, Blau, and Bagley showed out. Jordan Poole, here's the thing. I mean, he's young, man. Yeah, I get it. I do get that, the immaturity, the issues he had early in the year. He does look more locked in, but I do believe that he needs to find who he is in DC. I think that after the deadline, when you see a lot more responsibility, we'll see what we have in Jordan Poole. I mean, right now, he has no value. Right now, nobody's beating down the door to trade for him. So it behooves us, it behooves him that if he indeed is a long-term piece, we got to get him right, get him coached up, see what we have and go from there. If he's not, just for the sake of trade value, we got to boost that value up. So, yeah, I mean, he's still young. He is not even close to being in his prime. So I think that, you got to, I get it, it's frustrating, but you kind of have to take the wait and see approach with Jordan Poole because he's still acclimating, man. And you came from a championship team in Golden State to a young rebuilding team that has just got win number 9. So I think, you know what I mean? So that's a big culture change, man. So we'll see. We'll definitely see how he plays after the deadline. And hopefully he comes in the next year with, renewed focus. But he's young. So and don't forget, he can definitely play some ball. So we'll see if we can work with him, but he's got the talent. He definitely has the talent. And if we can help him figure it out, I still believe he can be a diamond in the rough.
Yeah, I mean, the talent's there. He's a legitimate scorer. He's a really good ISO scorer, a one-on-one guy.
Yeah.
Shot selection is questionable. Defense, of course, is not, his forte or his calling card. But, you do want to see the effort there. And you did see a steal against Shetty Osman. That was a big play down the stretch. Because Shetty Osman, he was cooking. You know, he had 20 points. He came off the bench, hit 4 threes. He definitely was scoring pretty easily. And it was good to see Jordan Poole, you know, provide some type of toughness on the defensive side of the ball. So, you know, you're seeing a little bit of improvement there. It could be Coach Keefe, you know, coach him up to be a better defender.
Yeah,
that could be it. But yeah, we know he's a talented player right now. Like you said, his trade value right now, he doesn't have much at all. I don't think anybody really is. We haven't out of all the reports, we haven't seen not one team. We've seen teams ask for Gaff, Tyus,
Denny,
of course, Quiiiz, Denny. Everybody really but Jordan Poole. We haven't. I don't think I've seen any report from anybody saying that they are interested in Jordan Poole at this point. But like I said, I'm a Jordan Poole fan. I love his game. I love what he's done I love what he did with the Warriors when they won that championship. Just right here, it's been a roller coaster ride for sure. It's been a roller coaster ride.
Absolutely, man. But definitely keep the faith, man, because he's a young guy, man. He's in my opinion, he's already shown that he can play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. He's just trying to fine tune all the other areas of his game, so he'll be all right.
Right. Yeah, Smith 29, a lot of numbers in his name. He said Tyus has grown on me. Yeah, I mean, he's playing a really good ball. And you see, you know, he's a legitimate professional. He's always been a backup to Ja, and he's getting his opportunity to start, and he's taking advantage of it, man. So I love what I see from him. Like I said, I would love for him to stay. I really do. Yeah. I like him a lot. I really wish he was here last year with Porzingis, Quiiiz, and Bill. I think he would have been a better fit than what Monte was. I think he would have helped settle Bill down a little bit, but it kind of is like it doesn't matter anymore. But I like the way he plays basketball. He's a smart guy, doesn't turn the ball over much, and floaters, threes, he knows what he's capable of. He doesn't try to do too much. So I'm a big fan of Tyus Jones' game. He's played really, really well. He's had a triple-double this year. He's had a couple games with 10 assists. So, I think he's been a good player.
Oh, absolutely. If we were a team that was looking for a point guard to lead us to the playoffs, it would be Tyus Jones. I mean, he is the perfect floor general, man. It's like the equivalent of a quarterback who's just perfect for the system. I mean, he just knows, you know what I mean? All the right reads. I mean, he's played good basketball. Shout out to Suge Biz One, man. The comment of the night was born in 99, man. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Let's see. DMV for Life said best game for Gafford all year. We might get a first for him if we trade him, like reports are saying. A lot of teams want him. I mean, I still don't see a first for Gaff, man, because right now a lot of teams looking for him to be a backup, and I'm not trading the first round pick for a backup. I mean, I'm just being 100 now. Yeah, I mean, considering they're making a playoff run and they really need help at center, maybe. I mean, how bad do they need the help? I mean, right now the Knicks are looking to try and make playoffs, so you could possibly see that from the Knicks, but I don't see that from any other team but the Knicks, honestly, if that were to happen. And it'll be similar to the deal we already talked about. But I mean, Gaff, man, I've been tough on him. We've been tough on him. I mean, a lot of people have been tough on Gaff, but that tandem, I'm saying right now, I like what I see with him and Bagley as a tandem in the front court, man. I mean, they work well, you know. So we'll see if he stays. I would definitely not be upset because I like Gaff. But I mean, if you're able to move him for a good return, I wouldn't be upset either, man. So the biggest thing is we have options. So
great. All right, I guess we'll do one more. You guys are
tough on my guy eating that, man.
You guys really are. 757 finest. Yeah, you guys have some funny comments tonight for sure. But I see a couple Johnny Davis comments in here. You know, we won't talk about Johnny much tonight. Maybe another episode.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll read one more and then wrap it up. It was a late start. 11-17 here on the East Coast. Let's see here. I guess I'll try to find a positive one. I see a lot of Jordan Poole back and forth talk on here. A lot of guys arguing about Jordan Poole. Bagley has been, yeah. All right. We'll end on a good note here and not have the back and forth about Jordan Poole and whatnot. Eddie says Bagley has also been a consistent player. Great to see. Yeah, man, I love the Bagley trade. To trade him, to trade Muscala and Gallo and get back Bagley and Livers and 2 second-round picks. I mean, what a steal. I mean, he has definitely helped this front court or this front court because we had no presence to get any boards at all. And centers, Wemby still had a good game because he's Wemby, but at least we're actually out rebounding teams. That's something that we never did really at all. Bagley gets here and we start to rebound, and it's making Gafford better too, because Gafford feels that pressure that he needs to play harder and play better too.
Absolutely agree on all points.
Denny had a chip too tonight too. I forgot about that. I did see a picture of that. So
caught that elbow.
Yeah, definitely
looking like Monte last year, man. I mean, he got hit hard, man. So I mean, definitely shout out, man. He came back in. He had that mouth guard. Looked like he was boxing. But
everybody wants us to go. They want us to go an hour long tonight because it's a win. We don't get to feel this. They want to cherish it. They want to cherish the win because we don't get to do this much. It's like a celebration. It really is. It's like a party.
I know. It's the only party in town for a 9-win team, man.
I know.
But I mean, look, I think the biggest thing is that, they look good when they play as a team. They really do. I mean, they played as a team and they look good, man. And like I said, beginning of the broadcast, man. I mean, small moves can have major impact. Like, the Bagley trade wouldn't create no ripples. You know what I mean? But it was the perfect trade for us. Mm-hmm. And looking at Brian Keefe, man, we'll see. They respond to him. So I think the biggest thing, look. I mean, the biggest thing to look at with Brian Keefe now is like, all right, we got a couple good wins, man, but can we keep this thing going? Mm-hmm. And how's his impact when we go against contending teams and we're getting smacked around a little bit? That's what I'm looking for. Is what is going to be the reaction when things are bad? Because you know what I mean? Because right now we're feeling it. We've got a couple good wins, but I mean, look, the schedule coming up, how did they react with Brian Keefe when it comes to a lot of these contending teams? So, and that'll really tell me where they're at with Brian Keefe and what his impact is. But I mean, the impact that I see now, if you see improvement with the young guys, man, I have no problem with him staying around a little bit because he obviously knows what he's talking about and what he's doing. And you've already seen changes with him just yelling and getting at people and holding a standard. I mean, it's just, we'll see with Brian Keefe, man. We might already have our head coach of the future.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't be. I mean, we got to let things play out. But yeah, I would not be upset if they promoted him to the full-time head coach, especially if he keeps this up for sure. Now, I know we're not going to win a bunch of games because they still want to, of course, be in the lottery. They still want to get a top 3 pick, of course. So we understand that. But in the next couple of games are tough. The Heat at home. They play the Clippers at home, the Heat at home, the Suns at home, Cavs at home. A lot of home games, but a lot of tough teams. A lot of teams who Suns are playing better as of late. They're finally healthy. The Heat are always going to be the Heat. Their culture. Cavs, they beat us pretty bad the last time we played them. Then we go on the road against the Sixers, 76ers, and then we play the Mavericks. So, yeah, it's the month of February is a challenging month for sure.
Absolutely. Before we roll, man, Dustin Smith said he had a tear in his eye after this win. Oh, my. I feel you, though. I feel you. Hey, let me say this before we roll, man.
Let me put the belt up there, too.
We got put the belt up, E. Put the belt up.
I don't know who gets the defensive belt.
Oh, man. Shout out. Yay, man. But let me say this, man, for the Jordan Poole and Denny Avia super fans, man. Y'all need to chill out, man, because they don't even know who y'all are, man. Just chill out. Relax. Woosah. Let's enjoy this winning night. So
they're like the Swifties.
Oh, it's not even start with that because I mean you're gonna see plenty of Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, man. Lord, it's a whole nother episode. So so we'll go ahead and roll out E. Definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us. On the East Coast, man, it's 11:22. So we definitely appreciate you guys staying up late with us and celebrating these back-to-back dubs, man. So looking forward. So we're gonna look at the schedule on Wednesday night. I'm gonna have a trouble pulling up. Wednesday night is the next game. Clippers. There we go. We are home against the Clips, man. So that's gonna be on Wednesday night at 7. We will be taking the night off tomorrow, but we will be doing live recaps like we always do on Wednesday nights. So definitely rock with us. So again, appreciate you guys and hail to the Wizards and peace. See you guys Wednesday night. Everybody have a good night.